You're listening to the International Moving Podcast, your guide to moving to another country, brought to you by SDC International Shipping, LA's finest. An international move is exciting. It's a time to start over, establish a new business maybe, reestablish family ties, or retire where your budget will do more for you. Please enjoy today's episode, and if you have any questions about your international move, give us a call at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962. Hey everyone, this is Jim for SDC International Shipping. Thanks for joining me for today's podcast episode. Today we're going to talk about choosing the right international shipping company for your move abroad. And I know I've talked about this before, but I like to hit this topic from different angles because it's such a broad subject that we could be talking about this for quite a long time, and still there are things that we could add in there that would be very helpful to you. Now, when you're moving to a new country, absolutely, this is something that is a life-changing experience for, I believe, just about everyone who does it. The process of relocating your belongings, however, does require careful planning and organization to ensure a smooth transition. Now that may seem obvious, but let's get down and look at the details a little bit closer. Now at SDC International Shipping, we understand the challenges involved in moving internationally, and we're here to guide you through this process. So today I want to talk to you about share some insights, give you some advice on how to move your belongings to a new country and do it seamlessly. So let's start with researching customs regulations and the documentation. Before embarking on your move, it is crucial to familiarize yourself with customs regulations and documentation requirements of your destination country, because each country has its own set of rules and regulations. Each country has its own restrictions regarding the importations of goods, and failure to comply with these regulations can lead to long delays or even confiscation of your belongings. So to ensure a hassle-free experience, consider the following steps. First, research the specific custom regulations in your destination country. Next, identify restricted or prohibited items to avoid any potential issues. That's very important. Next, compile the necessary documentation such as passports, visas, and work permits. Next, contact the embassy or consulate of your destination country and ask for some further guidance. And then finally, by thoroughly understanding the customs procedures, gathering the required documentation, you can avoid a lot of unnecessary complications during the moving process. Now, if you hire a company like us, SDC International Shipping, then we can help you navigate everything that I've just mentioned so far. And one of the reasons why SDC is such a good option is because, number one, we have experience and expertise. We have extensive experience in the field of international moving with over 12 years of industry presence. And we've developed a deep understanding of the complexities involved in relocating belongings across borders. And this experience allows us to handle the various aspects of the moving process much more efficiently than, let's say, someone doing it for the first time. Next, we do offer comprehensive services. We have a wide range of services to cater to different moving needs because everyone's needs are a little bit different. Whether you're moving your household goods and vehicles or commercial items, SDC can provide tailored solutions to meet your specific requirements. We offer services such as packing, loading, transportation, customs clearance, and delivery, ensuring a seamless moving experience. Next, SDC International Shipping has a global network, and this is very important because once you've established a robust network of partners and agents worldwide, that network allows you to provide door-to-door service to destinations all across the world. And once you have those necessary connections and the expertise to navigate through international regulations and customs requirements, you can do it very efficiently and effectively. Let's talk briefly about customer satisfaction, because SDC International Shipping prioritizes customer satisfaction. This is the foundation of business growth, and that's why we strive to deliver exceptional service. We have a team of trained professionals who are dedicated to providing personalized assistance and addressing whatever concerns that you may have, and to do it promptly. Next is transparent pricing. SDC International Shipping believes in transparency when it comes to pricing, and they provide a detailed cost estimate and work with customers to determine the most cost-effective options for your specific needs. And this transparency helps customers plan their budget effectively and avoid any surprises during the moving process. Next, insurance coverage. SDC offers insurance options to protect your belongings during transit. We understand the value of your possessions and provide insurance coverage that's tailored to your specific requirements so that you don't have to be caught in that place where you don't have enough or you have too much. And this ensures peace of mind as well as financial protection in case of any unforeseen events. Now, it's also important to conduct your own research and verify the information regardless of who's giving it to you. And I just think that you'll find that SDC International Shipping will align with your specific needs and preferences very nicely. Let's talk about the considerations for shipping and transportation, because when it comes to moving your belongings to a new country, you have several options, shipping and transportation options that are available to you, and each method has its own advantages and considerations to keep in mind. So let's take a closer look at the most common options. Number one is air freight. If you prioritize speed and quick delivery, air freight is the ideal choice for transporting your belongings. It's the fastest transportation option that's out there, ensuring that your items reach your new destination in a relatively short amount of time. Air freight is particularly well suited for valuable or time-sensitive items that you need urgently. However, it's also important to note that air freight is generally more expensive compared with other modes of transportation. The cost of air shipping can be a significant factor to consider, especially if you have a large volume of items to transport. So it's advisable to assess the value and urgency of your belongings against the associated costs to determine if air freight is the right option for you. Next is sea freight. Sea freight is a cost-effective and popular option for shipping larger quantities of belongings internationally. It offers a more affordable alternative to air freight, especially when you have a considerable volume of goods that you want to transport. While sea freight provides an economical solution, it does typically involve longer transit times compared to air freight. So it's crucial to understand this factor, especially if you have a strict timeline for receiving your belongings. To ensure the safety of your items during sea transport, proper packing and sturdy containers is essential. And this helps protect them from things like moisture, potential damage due to handling, and the various conditions they may encounter during the voyage. And C, land transport. Land transport can be a viable option when moving to a neighboring country or when combined with sea or freight for the inland part of transportation, because it offers flexibility and can often be a more economical choice for certain destinations. Using land transport can provide a seamless connection between the modes of shipping and streamline the overall logistics of your move. And it's particularly useful when you need to transport your belongings from, let's say, the port or the airport to your final destination. However, it's important to consider factors such as distance, infrastructure, and any legal or customs requirements that may apply when opting for land transport. So, by carefully considering these shipping and transport options, you can make an informed decision that aligns with your specific needs and your budget, as well as your timeline. It's advisable to consult with a professional shipping and logistics provider, someone like SDC International Shipping, to explore all of the options and find the best solution for your international move. Remember, each method has its own advantages and considerations, so be sure to weigh the pros and the cons carefully before making a final decision. So to conclude, moving belongings to a new country does require some thorough planning. It requires organization and it requires attention to detail. As a matter of fact, before I sat down to record today's episode, I looked around my own house and I began to ask myself, would I be able to move this to another country? Would I be able to move these items to the UK, or would I be able to move them to Portugal or Spain or even Canada or Mexico? And that's when I began to realize that there's two ways to approach the international move from the planning process. There's what some people might call, I guess, the 30,000 foot broad strokes overview, where you're looking at all the basics that are involved. But then when you actually zoom in and you begin to look at each item in your house and you begin to ask yourself, do I want to insure this item specifically? Or do I want someone else to pack this item specifically? Or do I want to do it myself? And how about these other items that I have here? Will they even pass through customs? Is it legal to bring this over or not? Or does it make more sense to sell whatever I have left here and then buy fresh when I get to my final destination? And that's when you zoom in and you start looking at all of the details. And so whether we're talking about the broad strokes or the specific details, you go back and forth between both of them. And that's why it's important to start the planning process as soon as possible. And just do yourself a favor and don't put anything off until the last minute. Now at SDC International Shipping, we understand the complexities involved with international moves and are committed to providing you with the kind of exceptional service that you're looking for, as well as support throughout your relocation journey. So if you haven't already, you can get the process started. You can learn more about our comprehensive international moving solutions, and you can let us help you make your move a seamless and successful one. In the big picture of your life, moving to a new country is not just the physical journey, but it's also another chapter in life. It's an opportunity for personal growth, maybe cultural exploration, and even new beginnings. So it is an adventure, and we want to be there with you to help you make the very most of getting started in a new location. So thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you have any questions, again, reach out to us. We're here for you, and we will see you in the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for listening. Whether you're relocating within the country or moving to the other side of the world, we're here to help from start to finish. Connect with us today at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962.